the Tom.
Okay, hello everyone. Here is Enric Vandrell from Barcelona. I'm an Access Access Certified Facilitator, and this is Consciousness Conversations. And this week we have an amazing guest from London, Alun Jones. Alun, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. We have Dutch people on here as well, which is just amazing.
Wow.
I love Dutch people, it has to be said. You know?
Yeah, and we have people from Spain, from Argentina. I don't know the other ones, but yeah, how amazing is that? So I'm so happy, Alon, to join me for these conversations, and we also choose a really interesting topic about bodies and receiving judgment. And we were having a conversation right now before starting the call, and it was getting so interesting. So how Alun knows how to enjoy body beyond
Well,
judgment.
it's so funny. And am I pronouncing your name correctly when I go Enrique? Is that right? Is that correct?
Well, we say Enric.
Enric.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's better.
I like to get it correct. So,
I don't mind.
you know what's really interesting for me was I was skinny. Like really, you could see my rib bones up until I was about 25, 26. And then from 26 to 50, so the last 25 years of my life, my body's just got bigger. And it's really only in the last 2 years of using the Access Consciousness tools that I've really just like moved into a space of having ease with my body. And I realize from using the tools of Access, it has absolutely nothing to do with the size or shape of your body, about whether you love your body or not, right? Which is ironic, right? Because we kind of think, oh, my body has to look like this before I can love it. Well, what kind of bullshit is that? And where do we buy that point of view? Like, really? Because
What kind of bullshit is that?
it kind of is. Like, I did not judge my body till I was probably about 8 or 9, and I realized just how much, if I reflect back, just how much my mother hated her body.
Wow.
And I was judged because my mother was quite a big woman and I was very skinny. And so for me, it was like, oh my God, you're really skinny. You're disgusting. You kind of, you know, when you get to 30, you're going to get really fat.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I know. And so when I got to 30, I got really fat. And the reason I got really fat was because I was hit by a car. Like, talk about create your life. I was hit by a car. I couldn't walk for 10 weeks because I was on, you know, my leg was up in plaster. Yeah. And my body just kind of woof, and I'm like, fuck. What did she know? And like, so, but really, what I really want to invite people to is the shape and the size of your body has nothing at all to do with how much ease you choose to have with it.
Oh, thank you for that.
Like, truly.
Yeah,
like the size and shape of your body, the look of your body has absolutely nothing to do with the choice of ease you have with it. And so we were talking about standing naked in the rain, and again, it was in the last 2 years that it was like a really warm day and it was raining in the garden. I thought, do you know, I've never done it, and I've never had the courage to go outside because I was in judgment of my penis or judgment of my body or judgment of like, you know, because we judge certain bits of our body. And so I stood in the garden with my feet on the grass, and it was pouring with rain, and the rain was touching every part of my body. And it was such an amazing experience, because there's no judgment in rain, just so you know, right? You ever want to experience your body being touched without judgment, go stand naked in the rain, because nature has no judgment of bodies. Yeah, you don't see birds waking up in the morning going, oh my God, I look really fat today.
I don't like the color I'm getting.
Exactly. I don't like the color of my plumage. I you know, my God, like, and so it's just crazy. Where did we, at what
it's insane.
age?
It's kind of insane, right?
It is insane. And at what age did we start to buy judgment as real? Because one of the things that, so and I could talk forever, so just interrupt me if you need to.
Oh, I'm really interested, and yeah,
But I
I
was
invited you for that because I really like, and people really enjoys this. Thank you.
cool. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat because
Yeah, also that, yeah, you can ask
yeah,
here in the chat, you can write your question, and me and Alun will be very happy to interact with you.
surely. So I was at a class with Gary Douglas in Paris, and it was about I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I shared an apartment with actually with a Dutch man. Just saying. Um, sorry, no, it's just I have a lot of Dutch people that I like to play with, and so we shared this apartment together. We were walking around the apartment, just in our underwear, and because we were very comfortable with ourselves. And Merlijn Volsink, I don't know if you know him, is a certified facilitator from Access Consciousness, and he's a dancer. He has this amazing dancer's body. And what was really interesting for me was like he was walking around with his kind of like amazing, kind of very toned, very kind of like lithe body. And I was walking around with my kind of big bare body. And neither of us, what was really interesting was it took me 3 days to realize I hadn't judged my body once. It was on so we'd met on the Friday, we got to our apartment on the Monday morning. I'm like, something's different. What is it that's like, what is this? I'm like, oh my God, I haven't judged my body once. I haven't got out of bed thinking, oh my God, I need to, like, I shouldn't have my body showing because he's got such an amazing dancer's body. That hadn't even occurred to me, that I should cover my body or that I should be ashamed of it.
And you were feeling like so light, so expanded.
Totally.
And, oh,
Yeah.
what's this? This is new. This is a
Yeah.
new world, a new
I've never
reality.
experienced that before as an adult.
Wow.
And that was what really inspired me. So it was about 4 years ago, and as I was looking at that, and I got to the point where I thought, do you know what? What if I could be that for everyone around me? So that anyone who was sitting in a room with me didn't judge their body without realizing it. What if I could be so much ease and space and allowance with bodies that it changes people's lives without them even realizing?
Wow, Alun, this is awesome.
Right?
You really do that. Yeah, you are this space.
And that was what really inspired me to look at my own body and like, okay, if that's what I'm choosing, if that's what I would like to be, I've got to choose a different space with my body. So I'm doing a free challenge at the moment, which any of you may join if you would like to, and it's called Interesting Point of View with the Body. And basically what we're doing is we're going through every part of the body and using the Access Consciousness tool, Interesting Point of View, I have this point of view. So at the moment we're just here. We're just about to go to chest. So
when did you start it?
We started on the 1st of May, so you can still join. And
yeah, Alun, if you can give us the link of registration or to get in,
it's
and
just
we can share it here.
Most definitely, I can do that as we speak.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting for me, and Tom, I'm gonna mention you just because you're on the call tonight. But Tom, the guy with the long hair and the glasses and the sexy face, like he's one of the people who's in the group. And when I see what people like Tom are choosing and they're kind of using the tool Interesting Point of View with their body and what's shifting and changing for them, it makes it so worthwhile when you see people going, oh my God, I've had this all my life and now I have more space with it. like that for me is why I do what I do. Because when you know that just by inviting people to a different space with their body, it changes not just the way you, like, here's the thing, right? Money is for your body. It's not for the infinite being, like, without getting too airy-fairy about it. Like, infinite beings don't need money. They create in an instant. But the physical body requires money. You require money for your heating, your electricity, your lighting, your food, your comfort, your holidays. That's all for the body. So when you don't judge your body, how much more money could you receive?
You ask that question, and it's like, when you don't judge your body, what are the possibilities? What are the infinite possibilities? It's wow. It's such a space when you say that.
Exactly. And I'm like, and here's the funny thing. So I'm looking at this like a couple of years ago, because for the two things that used to stick me the whole of my life, money and body, hate my money, hate my body, hate money, hate my body. Really want to change this, hate money, hate my body. Like, and the two can just contribute to each other so much. So I had this conversation with my body, because I'm a bit weird. I talk to my body and I'm like, hey body, like, what would it take for you to help generate more money? And like, my body's quite, the communion I have in my body, it uses words a lot. So my body said to me, and like, this is what really made me laugh, was stop putting me in shit underwear. Right? Like, is that really my body speaking to me? And my body's like, I am really bored of you putting me in the cheapest underwear that you can find. Because my point of view about underwear was, underwear nobody sees, just me.
Yeah,
It's
not need
practical.
to be a good quality one.
Exactly.
I had the same, yeah. I
Right.
couldn't I couldn't understand how people buy like expensive boxer or
Exactly.
underwear. Oh yeah.
And yet for women, like, women will think nothing of spending good money on a well-fitted bra. And you think, well, so why don't men wear underwear that actually fits their body? Because let's face it, if you look at most cheap underwear, and forgive me women, but I'm going to get a bit kind of practical about this. Most men's underwear is flat at the front. And if you've ever seen a man, it's not flat at the front. It doesn't hang down underneath the legs. It kind of hangs out. Right? And if you're wearing flat underwear, imagine if you had a bra that was flat, that crushes everything to your body. It's really
Yeah.
not pleasant. So my body was like, you need to buy me decent underwear. So I spent, I don't know, £30 on a pair of underwear, which normally I would spend £10 on like 3
Maximum.
pairs. Right?
Yeah. A pack.
Yeah,
A pack.
exactly. And so I get this kind of, and oh my God, I put them on and my body was just so lit up. So now, and I've got a new pair that arrived in the house this morning, I spend 30 to 40 pounds per pair of underwear, and I buy a pair a month, because it's just so much fun to have drawers
Wow.
full of underwear. It's just choice. And the more I invest in what my body loves to wear, the more money I get. Ironically, because when you walk out of your house, when you're talking to a client and you feel good about yourself, when you're not judging yourself, when you're just in that space of allowance of you, it comes across. It's such an invitation. And more men see my underwear now than before. So, like, how did I get so lucky?
Yeah. That's so cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Yeah, how is this energy of honoring and honoring you and your body, buying the things that will contribute to you, and yeah, and these things, this underwear that it's supposed not to be shown to anyone, and yeah, but
If
that's
you
so
see my, well, if you look at my Instagram account, I'm naked and in my underwear all over it.
yeah.
And there's a real reason for that. Like, for me, I never ever, even when I was skinny, would never show off that kind of my body. Like, oh my God, I need to keep this covered up. And now that I'm like, have the space
These
of it,
these strange things I need to cover, I need to
yes,
protect from the wall to the wall.
because it's wrong, it's shameful, it's disgusting, it's
Ah,
bad, blah blah blah. But now, like, my point of view is, there's this thing that you see, these adverts every year, they come out and they'll say, how to get a beach body. My point of view, take your clothes off, go on the beach. That's a beach body. Like that. And so that's what I really want to invite men to is, and because there's a lot of stuff around women and body image, and I get that like there's a huge amount of women who kind of anorexia and all that kind of stuff, but also you know, men have body issues too, but they just don't talk about it. So if I can inspire men just to be comfortable, even if it's just for themselves, to have ease with their body and enjoy their body and not judge their body, what would that change in the world? Like that's what kind of, that's what drives me in terms of conversations with bodies. And I never thought that I would ever be having conversations with people about you know, having ease with body, because I hated mine so much.
Yeah, that's such a gift. Alun, thank you so much to choose it and to share it and to invite the people to do that. It's such a gift for us, for me, for sure. And I guess for all the other people that is here now and all the other people you are creating in that challenge, in that group. Is it a free access group? Okay.
It's absolutely totally free. The tool we're using is Interesting Point of View. So the link is in the chat here, so feel free to come and join it.
Like, I will put it here down the YouTube link to description. So yeah, any of you, if you like to join Alun, I will join after this call. Directly I will join the group because I'm so interested on that.
It's, you know, like, and I have like, and unfortunately this is not a call for the women, but tomorrow I have a call that is specifically just for men to stop judging their genitals, right? Because again, like the number of men who judge themselves for how big they are, how small they are, whether it looks this way, whether it looks this way, it like I don't know how many people realize how many men do judge themselves and compare themselves.
Yeah.
And it's not a conversation that people are really comfortable having. So I have a free call that's happening tomorrow for men just to kind of look at that particular area of their life.
Oh my God.
And, you know, it's like, really, guys, just stop it. Stop it. Like in the same way for women, stop judging your boobs, stop judging your genitals. They are what they are. Just enjoy them. Truly.
Wow. We also would like to have this link here if you can share this link for this call tomorrow.
Surely, most definitely. I will do that as we speak.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Despite being
Alun.
a man, I can multitask.
Yeah.
All right.
At least we try to do it, right?
Well, yeah.
I do my best. I do sometimes. Sometimes it seems like it's not possible to do it.
No, sex is easy. Multitasking sex is actually quite easy, but everything else just freaks the head out. I can do about 2 things at once. That's it. Hey, Timothy. So
that's so cool. Yeah, so I think there is some person that has a question, but she didn't write it. She asked me to ask in Spanish, and yes, now is here the question, and I will translate it.
Sure.
I have been judging my body since I have memory, or I'm alive, because I have a problem with my legs, that they get together, or they touch itself, and you get some pain.
Yeah.
So what process can I use to stop judging, because this brings to me problems?
You know what's really interesting is, what I want to say to you is, stop it. It's like, just stop. Like when you notice you're like, so there are 2 tools that I love for this kind of stuff. First of all, who does that belong to? Because I for years I thought that most of the judgment I had of my body was mine. Even when I was really skinny, oh my God, I'm fat. Oh my God, I mustn't be fat. Oh my God, I'm so fat. It was my mother. Right? So like that was really interesting for me. So that would be my first recommendation for that. Secondly, the Interesting Point of View tool. Interesting Point of View, my knees are together. Interesting point of view, it hurts. Interesting point of view, I can't change it. Interesting point of view, my legs are ugly. Interesting point of view, my legs are whatever, ... My legs are. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. And also, and this might be a really strange question, what's the gift in this you haven't acknowledged? And just see what comes up for you. Because when you say, I've had it as long as I can remember, is that true? So whose memories are you using to create the discomfort in your body you are choosing? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? And I'm going to use the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement for those of you who don't know, which is right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pod, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And you can find out more about that at theclearingstatement.com.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if people know that on your kind of series.
Yeah, thank you for sharing the
I remember the first time I ever heard that. I heard this facilitator, and this was when I was suicidal. I was literally like a couple of days after trying to commit suicide, and hearing this woman on the radio kind of going, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pod, all nine shorts, boys and girls. And I remember sitting there going, what is she talking about? I was really angry. Like, what a load of nonsense. And it was about an hour later, I'm like, yeah, she's just talking crap and I hate her American accent. But what I noticed was after that first hour, oh my God, there was something had changed. I couldn't tell you what changed. So if it does sound a bit strange, I get it. But it does change stuff, I promise you.
Yeah. Just playing that, yeah. Yeah, and also perceive and the space that is creating what Alun is saying, and while he's talking, and while we are having this conversation, how lighter you get, how much space you get in your body, how much more allowance and ease are you having with your body. And this is the energy of what Alun is choosing with his body and with his life and with consciousness and with other people and with other bodies. He's bringing this acknowledgement and these choices, not just for himself, also for everyone that is willing to receive it. And that's an incredible gift of choosing something in your life. It's for you.
It can, and thank you, Enrique. And for me, what was, when I stopped trying to change my body just for me and instead change my points of view to contribute to everyone, it was easier. Like, and this is not to say you shouldn't change your points of view about your body. Of course, why wouldn't you want joy and ease? And you have an amazing body. You have an amazing, sexy body. Believe it or not, like, that's just a choice. But like, when you acknowledge just what a gift your body truly is, just by being, and then when you start to acknowledge that and you walk down the road, notice how you change people's realities just by walking past them. Like, for me, like I said, one of the main aims for me to change how I was functioning with my body was to invite everyone else around me to something different, not just about me. It's like, oh, well, I hate my body. I need to change my body because I feel so fat and I feel so ugly and no one's going to want me. Like, there's just this self-interest in all of that. Oh my God, but blah, 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 blah. Story. I hate this about my body. Okay, what if I could have joy and ease and allowance and receiving with my body, because it also invites other people to that too. It's a kindness to everyone else around you to invite them to that space. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and for me also, it's kind of easier when we are sharing things. I mean, I'm choosing this, so I'm interacting and also contributing the other people that is willing to choose this or to
Yes.
have this. At the same time, it's kind of this thing, like when you go for do some sport, and then if you are sharing with someone, it's like, okay, let's do that so together. And it's such a contribution to have more people joining us and sharing it with us. Yeah.
It totally is when you're contributing to each other, and that that willingness to allow people or be an allowance of people who don't choose ease with their body. So, like what I was saying earlier on, like how many of the points of view you have of your body were even yours, because we're infinitely aware, right? How many times have you had ease with your body, then you walk into a room of people that you don't know, and then suddenly you start going, oh my god, does my bum look big in this? Do my boobs look big in this? Does my face look like, is my chin too wobbly? Like, oh my god, I look bald. Whatever it is, like, oh, like how aware are you? And you, a phrase I love to use for people is, you don't have to be a vacuum for other people's poo, right? Other people will choose what they choose because they choose it. You like there, and I used to have this point of view that I would have to suck all of the crappy judgment out of the world for the world not to have any judgment in it. Some people judge. Right? And no amount of vacuuming of other people's crappy judgments into my sweet body is going to change that. It's just going to make my body feel more crap. Okay. So what if I were willing to be this kind of energy that when I walk into a room, I don't take on other people's shit, but I transform it. I offer another possibility that they can choose if they would like to.
It's about choice. I'm choosing different, right? I
Yeah.
mean, they are choosing it. I don't need to have it. I don't need to fight it. But I can be this space, this choice, this difference, this change.
Because, well, like, Enric, how many people do you know who have ease with their body?
And nobody.
And how many people
Almost.
in the world even know that something else is possible?
Yeah, there is
And
many
what,
people.
right? And so what if every single one of you on this call, one of the reasons you chose this call is because you knew you could invite other people to something different? Like, that's what I want to say to you all is, yeah, right, Tom, exactly. What
Yeah.
if you know something else is possible? And um, until we choose it, we can't, like, what if other people don't even get it until you choose it? How many choices do other people not know are available to them until you choose it yourself? Because how many times did you notice someone choosing something and, oh my god, I can do that too? Like my friend Merline, if he hadn't been no judgment of bodies, I wouldn't have even known that was possible. I've heard Gary and Dane talk about, don't judge bodies, don't judge, blah, blah, blah. It's all nonsense. I mean, it's all kind of lies. I'm like, yeah, I get that. I get that. Judge, judge, judge. Yeah, I get that. Judge, judge, judge.
Yeah, and then you go to the toilet and you see in front of the
Yeah, why do they
mirror.
put mirrors in toilets for men? It's like, really? That's
Yeah.
just one of the ultimate cruelties for men when you're standing at a urinal and going, oh my God, I can see my penis. And then you see the man next to you and you're going, his is so much bigger than mine. And it probably isn't, but we have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like women when they go to the number of women girlfriends I have when they go to the gym and they go, oh, her breasts are so much nicer, or her bum is so much firmer. I'm like, is that actually true? Is that true? And what if it is? Oh well.
Yeah.
Don't compare people.
Yeah.
Stop
And
it.
Alan, I was while you are talking, I was connecting with that moment in my teenager years when you begin to do that in a dynamic way, like when you see the other guys and the other people, and you just get into that mood of completely judging yourself and judging everything of your body extremely.
It was
And yeah,
it was so funny because I've always been quite hairy, and so I had a moustache from the age of about 12. I was shaving from 12 and a half years old, and I was one of the first boys in my school to have pubic hair. And so you're standing in the showers and everybody else is bald, and I'm standing there with like pubic hair, and everyone is being really mean because they don't have it. And of course I owned that as, oh, I must be wrong, I must be bad because I've got all this hair. So I was shaving it off. And what I didn't realize was all the judgment that I thought was actually directed at me was their judgment of themselves because they didn't have it. It's like,
yeah,
oh, like, and now I get that. It's like, that's really interesting. I was never bad and wrong for being more developed than they were.
yeah. And also it's this, I mean, I get that somehow there is this energetic judgment or an energetic thing that makes you judge yourself and makes you look at your body and judge it. And sometimes I get that other people is judging their bodies, as you say, and they have different things that they judge or they
Yep.
judge it differently. And then you get this energy of, okay, I'm judging everything, I'm judging my body. And then you put that energetic judgments to your body. So you are all the time like, okay, I don't like this, I don't like that, blah, 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 blah.
So true. And the thing, Enric, that really that sticks people most is the positive judgments they have of their body. Because people think that negative judgment is the only kind of judgment. And when you look at yourself and you have these judgments of, I'm the most sexy person in the room, or, I've got this and they haven't, like when you positively judge yourself, it's just the other side of the same coin of negatively judging your body. And you have to let go of all points of view. This is what I said in the interesting point of view with body group. Hey, people, stop judging your body as positives. It's not about getting rid of the negative judgments and holding on to the positive ones, because they're all judgments. They're, you have to let go of all of it. Interesting point of view, I have the most sexy body. Interesting point of view, I have an amazing penis. Well, I have got an amazing penis, but that's truth. But like like interesting point of view that, like, my eyes are this, or my lips are full, my lips are amazing, like whatever it is, like just have no point of view.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Otherwise, we then we have to fight somehow or
Yes.
to try to prove that you are already having this positive thing or this nice thing when you are not having it, or you are perceiving something that it's going against or opposite with that point of view, and then you have to prove it or fight it or hold it
Yep.
just to be in the same, to have it, to
Because
still keep it.
it kind of is like, you hang on to any kind of judgment at all, like, if there's a judgment on it, because if someone says something about you, about your body or a part of your body, and you find yourself resisting and reacting to it, oh, like, you have an amazing, like, oh my god, you have amazing eyes. No, I don't. Like, because that's what we often do. No, I don't. No, I don't. My eyes are just eyes. What's like,
Like me, no, no.
yeah.
That's another point. Yeah.
Yeah. And so there are some things about your body that people could say stuff to you and you have no charge at all. So if you said to me, you have really horrible skin, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Because I love my skin. It's one of the pieces of my body that I've never judged. Lovely skin. 50 years old, lovely skin. Like, no judgments there, of course, but I love it. And however, what was really interesting was, probably about 5 years ago, this guy, it was one of the first times I got what a gift someone judging my body could be for me. This guy messages me, goes, you're fat and ugly and bald. And I'm like, I'm not bald, I shaved my head. Like, I've got a full head of hair. And like, I could feel myself resisting and reacting to what this guy, and you're fat. No, I'm not. I'm just not fat. And, and ugly. Like, and so it's like, okay, all right, let's just take a breath. Let's just be space with this. What is this guy telling me? And what he was showing me was all the judgments I'd had of myself. because you will, like, when someone judges you and you resist and react to it, somewhere you believe that's true. So if you had no point of view about that, someone says to me now, "You're fat, bald, and ugly." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Like, I know. You don't have to look at me. It's okay. I'm
Yeah,
okay
and you
with
can
that.
you can just say have fun
Yeah.
with me. Yeah, have fun with
Yeah,
that.
I have, for an ugly fat bloke, I have so much sex. It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And and I can have a really good laugh.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, when you don't have these points of view or the reaction to that, it's so easy because you can receive it.
So, what if we could be grateful for every single person that judges our body that we have a reaction to? What if you could look at that when someone says to you, "Oh my God, your tits are too small, or your bum is too big, or your penis is too whatever." It's like, when you have a reaction to that, and I'm saying these because these are the ones that are often the ones that bring the most charge. Your hips are too big. You have fat thighs. Your knees stick together. Yeah, I know. Like,
Yeah, any of those
like,
just
just receive it, because one of the most amazing things I got about judgment is, like, and this is really simple, so you may have got this already, but judgment is just energy with a label attached. It's like electricity, but with a label attached. And if you wipe the label off and just receive the energy, what could you do with it? You don't stop electricity from coming in your house because it has a label, "You're fat and ugly." You just receive the electricity and switch your light on. So, like, what if you could receive the energy of judgment and just go, "How can I use this to my advantage? How can I use this energy to create something greater?"
yeah. Wow. And wow, that brings a lot of space and awareness of an acknowledgement of how you are having this energy and these judgments from other people. I mean, you are getting into some places. I don't know, places you are going for shopping or for your job or whatever, and then you get with all these energetic judgments, all these things. I can perceive it because right now I'm in a small town and there is no people at all. There is just it's a really small town. It's about 10 people living in it and 20 now or 17. We are
Yeah.
17 now because we are some people here like we are not usually living here. And the freedom of not being in a judgmental body uh, face and how you are dressed and how do
Yeah.
you look like, it's such a freedom, like I can realize that here the people with who I'm interacting, they are not really judging much because it really doesn't matter much. There are
Oh,
other things to do here.
how much, like, and when you don't have many people around, they're not picking up on other people's judgments and owning them as their own. So it's when you walk into a city and you notice all of this heavy, solid judgment. But then when you go into nature, why do you think people spend like to spend time in nature? Because nature
Yeah.
doesn't judge you. Nature doesn't go, "Oh my God, look at the size of your ass." Like, nature is just like, "Thank
And
you
then
for
you go to the
receiving."
nature and it's like, oh, finally, nobody's judging me.
Exactly. And that and that for me is that, you have no barriers, you have no boundaries. There's this total intimacy of receiving. Hey, Laurie, I just saw you pop up. Um, and so when you're in nature and you know that nature's receiving you. I mean, like I said, you don't see birds waking up in the morning going, "Oh my God, my plumage looks so shit today." The birds just don't do that. And
I don't like how I'm looking today. I don't have a
yeah,
beautiful face today.
yeah, you
Just
don't see
today, I don't
the
like it.
female birds kind of going, "Oh my God, the man looks so much better than me." Um, and so this whole thing around, and what if us being in those cities with no judgment of our bodies is the catalyst that will change the world? And it is intense. I'm not going to deny that. It is uncomfortable when you are willing to be in a room of people, many of whom are judging their bodies, and you walk in and you don't. It's uncomfortable because you kind of go, oh my God, all these people are judging their bodies. I want to save them. Right? Don't let them be in their space. Just be that space. And
yeah, let's be like them. It's like normal, the normal here.
well, that was, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that was something else that used to really kind of pop for me. Was the only way I can relate to people is if I judge my body too, because then we have something in common. Oh, do you hate that about your body? I hate that about my body
Oh,
too.
I hate my body. Yeah, we can
Now
be
we can be
together.
friends.
We can be friends. We can share something here.
So
Yeah, the necessity of being yeah,
the necessity of
from
fitting in from judgment, and yeah, like, how many of you like to play the game, how can I judge myself today?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, how many of you love to play the game, how can I judge myself today?
Exactly.
You don't want to be a
Exactly.
winner of that game unless that's fun for you.
And that just happens when you just wake up, and you go to the toilet and you see in the mirror and you say,
Yeah,
how much can I judge myself today? How wrong is my body today?
yeah. And your body's like, "Oh, another day of this, okay, all right,
Okay, yeah.
if you
That
must."
body is still your friend. Like, okay, this person is like just not having fun. I'm here still like full alive. I'm full of energy. But then you get into this rational reality uh, where you're having a lot of thoughts, a lot of imagination, a lot of conclusions, a lot of judgment, and like, oh, this pity day. This, oh, look at my body. Oh, today I'm not feeling very good. Oh, waking up now. Oh, how can we change that, Alan?
Go to a 3-day body class with Enric.
Oh my God! Yeah, that would be nice too.
Right?
I like that one.
I like, truly, because for me, one of the things that I love to do is the Access Consciousness 3-day body class, because you get to spend, and like, this was like, Enric was not expecting me to say this, but it's like you get to spend 3 days on a table, like receiving body processes that unlock all of the crap in your body. And you get to gift those body processes too. Like, I've never come across anything for me that was so dynamic, especially some like the biomimetic mimicry body process, which we also do in the foundation class. But like, when you have someone facilitating you on body stuff and you get someone running, like, it's so nurturing. So you might want to look at that. Just saying. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. Thank you
obviously
for that.
not until quarantine is over, but
Now it's not allowed.
yeah, not allowed at the moment.
Can't touch anyone.
And why wouldn't you want to spend 3 days with this man? Like, really? Like, male
Really?
or female? Jesus. Just saying.
Oh, Jesus. I don't like this body. Wow, yeah. And wow, thank you for that. Yeah. What other question? I mean, for me, for sure, yeah, this body process has shown me another reality, another possibility, another space of being and just being and enjoying, having the joy, having this yummy energy in my body that it was gone for many years. It was gone, completely gone somewhere. Like it was not allowed. And this body process helps a lot to just get out some stuff and to recognize and to allow bodies to show up how they really are, what they really are.
And that for me is one of the questions I will ask before I get out of bed is, hey body, how would you like to show up today? Because if you try to control your, like, for everyone on the call, how much do you like someone telling you what you should do? you should do this, you should do right. Yeah, like you
Yeah,
get
like
your
drink
finger,
3
right?
liters of water and eat 1 kilo of
Exactly. 5 fruit and
whatever,
vegetables a day. You need to eat
5,
this. Yeah,
3, whatever.
yeah. Mhm. Breakfast, dinner, and kind of evening meal, and you have to do.
5 meals.
You have to behave like this. And so when you try to do that to your body, what does that do for your body? So what if you wake up every day and you destroy and uncreate everything that you decided your body was like yesterday, and then run the access consciousness clearing statement, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, all nice, shorts, boys and beyonds. Hey body, how would you like to show up today? And then you go and look in the mirror with no point of view, because then you're not, yeah, like
Wow.
it's been such a gift for me. Like, hey body, what do you want to wear today? So involve your body in every choice that concerns it. What would you like to wear today, including your underwear, ladies and gentlemen? What would you like to eat today? What would you like to drink today? How would you like to move? Where would you like to play today? Involve your body. Involve your body, because it's a fundamental part of having life on this planet. So you may as well enjoy it. Or you can just keep doing what you've been doing and keep sliding down razor blades and have fun with that. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fun too.
Nobody go visual. No.
Oh
Oh
my,
my goodness.
yeah. Thank you so much, Alan, for many questions, many things you have shared with us. And I'm really curious of, yeah, I don't know, I'm sure now with this quarantine or confinement time, some of the classes has been changed or canceled, but I would like to know also what are your next classes or your future classes that you are giving in the UK or online. If you want to share
Sure.
something to us, we will be very glad.
Thank you so much. And Rick, I've really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm so grateful that we got to kind of finally, after me mucking up my diary, actually getting
Yeah.
a date in the diary. But so for me, I have the call with gentlemen tomorrow, and then I have a foundation class, an online foundation class later this month.
Cool.
Um,
Which days? Do you know the days or something?
oh, bear with me a second. I
Oh,
can tell you.
yeah,
It's
don't worry.
the
If you have
18th.
some,
18th. Yeah,
okay,
they can
send
find it
some
on my
link.
profile, but it's the 18th to 21st of May. So, yeah.
Also, where can we find you?
Where can they find me? You can find me either on Facebook. I will, you do this on Facebook, or my website is,
Perfect.
oops, is that. You can find me there. I'm pretty much all over social media. So if you do a search, you might well be able to find me somewhere. I'm usually got my clothes off, just saying. But yeah, because I can now. Now that I have this permission, now I gave myself
You
permission
will
to
see
be.
just a weird man just
Yeah,
enjoying his body, and you will say,
yeah.
"Oh, this is the one I
Oh,
saw in the call."
take it again.
That Alan.
Yeah. So, and I love the foundation class, because for me, like even before, one of the things that really drove me to be a certified facilitator with Access Consciousness was the foundation class. I would do 2 to 3 of those classes a year, just because you get 4 days of clearing your crap. And then you get to do a 3-day body class with Enric. Just saying.
Yeah,
Not me, because
in
he's,
London.
yeah. And you know, I admire you 3-day body facilitators, because you have to do so many prerequisites to get to be where you are. He's much better than me, just saying, everyone. He's had to do more body stuff than I have. So yeah, I admire you all.
Yeah, it's really, I'm really also surprised, because for me at the beginning, yeah, it was kind of, yeah, the impossible thing to get
Yeah,
there. But I could do it because before being a CF, I already chose it to be a 3-day body class facilitator, because
right.
when I got that, doing or receiving the body process, I said, oh, this is what I love, to see bodies changing, to
Yes.
see ease in bodies, to have ease in my body and have new different reality, and to have a different space, and to get rid of things that you couldn't get rid, and all this magic
Yeah.
that we have been looking for in many things. So the magic is there, and the body process really like change things and show us the magic we have and the magic bodies are, and it's like, wow. So I could do it easily. Just I really enjoyed to give the classes, the body process classes to other people, and to create with that. And yeah, but you can't, Alun. Yeah, you don't like bodies at all.
I love bodies, but I love receiving the body processes. I am very lazy when it comes to kind of teaching the body processes, and I'm okay. I used to really judge myself for it, and now I'm okay with that
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
and I'm much better at, like, I could talk for England, and but when it comes to body processes, just I'm a
Receive.
body process slut. Just give to me.
Yes. That's so cool.
It's and this is the thing with everyone. What I want to invite you to is do what's fun for you, and don't judge yourself. Like Enrique is a brilliant body process facilitator, and that's like, and I'm glad that he is, because then I don't need to do it. Like, I don't need to force myself to go and do something that somebody else is doing such a great job of. And I could just lay there and receive a body process, and he can be my eye candy. And like,
That's so cool. Yeah, yeah. That's it, man.
not meaning to make you feel uncomfortable or anything, but
No, no, it's such a gift what you are doing with yourself, with your body, and sharing to many people. So this is such an invitation. So you guys know what other possibilities are available for us if you do as Alan does, be in
what
that
else is
space.
possible? What
What
else is
else is
possible?
possible? What's fun for you? I really like that.
Yeah,
That's the way is if you ask yourself what's fun for me, what's easy for me,
yeah.
and then you can do it easy, and you can just choose it and play with that, and you get to many places that you couldn't imagine you could get before if you
I mean,
follow your awareness.
very much so. And that, what can I create today that is fun for me and my body? Involve your body.
Oh, and then you say, oh, my body, who is my body? Like, I never asked for my body. I'm just asking to get more money,
Yeah.
and to get more good things in my life, just to be better, more intelligent, or more productive, or whatever.
Meh. I can go for a walk and enjoy my body. It's awesome. Like, even in quarantine, going out in the sunshine and just receiving the park. Yeah, right. Like that for me, that's fun for me. It's a generation tool in my life. So what can you choose today that will be fun for you and your body, that will change your whole life? But don't choose that. It's going to be too much fun.
Don't ask that difficult.
But
Uh,
you're not,
yeah,
in fact, you're not allowed to ask that question. It's only for me and Enric to ask that question. Nobody else is allowed.
it's not allowed for the government.
Yep. No, God, no.
It,
No, no,
it's
no.
not safe. It's not safe.
No,
It's
it's not.
unsafe, for the population
Yeah. Mhm.
to be joyful, and to be happy, and to be
You're not here
come,
to have fun. You're
yeah.
here. You're here to work until you get to retirement, and then you get to be ill and die. That's it.
And sometimes you get ill before, or
Yeah.
you die before.
Hmm.
You missed some of the part of the order of the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Why wait to retirement to get ill? Do it now. Oh,
Okay,
Lordy.
so much fun here.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy. So yeah, guys, you have here the links in the chat and also here in the YouTube description to meet Alun Jones and to join in these incredible creations he's doing. And yeah, what else is possible? What are the infinite possibilities to have a greater, joyful experience
True
with our
story.
pets?
I wonder, what can we change? What can we invite in the world? So just thank you for everyone coming to play. I appreciate you all coming, and I appreciate the questions as well and your willingness to receive. Yeah, sorry, body process slut. I've just read that in the chat. Oh, you are so welcome. I am truly grateful to you, but to everyone. And Rick, thank you for inviting me. It's been so much fun.
Thank you. Yeah, what else is possible now? So see you guys next week. We will have another guest, and I'm sure Alun will be
I'll be the best one.
the best one. I didn't want to say that. I wanted to say Alun maybe will come again. I would
I
love
always come again. So,
yeah.
okay, enough of that. I would love to come and chat to you again, my friend.
Yeah. You're invited.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See
Bye.
you. Good night, everyone. Bye
Good night.
bye.